The scratching stopped at 3:47 a.m. That's what woke her up. Not the sound itself, but the silence after it. For 3 nights, something had been clawing at her basement window. Persistent, desperate. She'd ignored it, told herself it was branches, wind, anything except what she knew it probably was. But that silence felt wrong, like whatever was out there had finally given up. And somehow, that was worse than the scratching. She grabbed her phone, turned on the flashlight, and went downstairs. The basement was cold, dark, the kind of dark that makes you second-guess everything. She approached the window slowly, heart pounding, not sure what she'd find. Then she saw him. A tabby cat, pressed against the glass, paw still raised mid-scratch. Those eyes, huge and golden green, locked onto hers with an intensity that stopped her breath. He wasn't meowing, wasn't making any sound, just staring, waiting, like he'd been waiting his entire life for someone to finally see him. But here's what made her freeze. His face. The left side was swollen, grotesquely enlarged, pushing his eye into a permanent squint. The fur around it was matted with something dark. Blood, maybe. Infection, definitely. This cat should have been hiding, should have been somewhere quiet, dying alone like animals do. Instead, he was here, scratching at her window at 3:47 a.m., choosing to fight. Most people would have called animal control. Let professionals handle it. It was the middle of the night, she had work in 4 hours, and that face, God, that face looked bad. But those eyes wouldn't let her go. There was something in them, not just pain, not just desperation, something that looked almost like hope. Like he knew she was his last chance, and he was betting everything on her being different. She opened the basement door. The February cold hit her like a wall. 23 degrees, frost on the grass. She stepped outside in her slippers and pajamas, calling softly, "Hey, buddy. Hey there." Prince, she'd later name him, didn't run. He stood up, wobbled, almost fell, then took 3 shaky steps toward her. That's when she saw his body. Ribs like piano keys pressing through dull, dirty fur, hind legs trembling with every step. But he kept coming, kept those golden eyes on hers, trusting her with a faith that broke something in her chest. The moment he was close enough, she scooped him up. He was nothing, maybe 5 pounds, a skeleton wrapped in fur. And that face? Up close, it was worse. The swelling was massive, hot to the touch, his breath coming in raspy gasps through what sounded like fluid. He should have fought her, should have clawed, hissed, defended himself. Instead, he pressed his good cheek against her chest and made a sound. Not quite a purr, more like a rattle, like his body was trying to remember how to feel safe. If you've ever held a dying animal that's choosing to trust you instead of fighting, you know that feeling rewrites something in your soul. And if stories like this hit different for you, smash that subscribe button because what happened next will challenge everything you thought you knew about survival and choice. She rushed him inside, grabbed a carrier, blankets, called every 24-hour vet within 30 miles. The first one was full. The second didn't take walk-ins. The third said to come immediately. "But I need to warn you," the receptionist said carefully, "from what you're describing, euthanasia might be the kindest option." The drive was 12 minutes. Prince lay in the carrier, not moving, that rattling breath the only sound. She kept talking to him, saying things that probably didn't matter but felt necessary. "You're gonna be okay. You found me. You're safe now." Not sure if she was comforting him or herself. The vet's face said everything. She examined Prince with gentle hands, running tests, taking x-rays, making sounds that medical professionals make when the news is bad. Finally, she looked up. "It's a severe abscess. The infection has spread to his jaw, possibly his skull. Surgery is possible, but it's expensive and there's no guarantee. He's also severely malnourished, dehydrated, and has an upper respiratory infection. Honestly, I'm surprised he's alive. How much? She asked. The surgery alone is $1,800. Plus hospitalization, antibiotics, follow-up care. You're looking at $2,500, maybe more. She had $3,100 in her savings, money she'd been putting aside for a new laptop, maybe a weekend trip. She looked at Prince, shivering on the examination table, those golden eyes still watching her, still trusting. "Do it," she said. Now, here's where I want you to think about something. Some people say you can't put a price on a life. Others say $2,500 for a stray cat is insane when shelters are full of healthy animals needing homes. Both arguments make sense. Both have validity. So what would you do? Drop a comment and let's talk about it, because people are genuinely split on this, and I want to know where you stand. The surgery took 3 hours. They drained the abscess, removed infected tissue, cleaned the bone. Prince crashed once on the table. His heart stopped for 47 seconds. But somehow, that scraggly tabby who'd been scratching at a stranger's window decided he wasn't done yet. His heart started again. Recovery was brutal. 2 weeks in the animal hospital, IV antibiotics, pain management. She visited every day. On day 4, when she walked in, Prince lifted his head. The swelling had gone down enough that both eyes were open. And when he saw her, that rattle purr started up again, stronger now. "He's a fighter," the vet tech said. "Most cats would have given up, but this one, it's like he's got something to prove." Week 3 brought him home. The transformation was already visible. The infection was gone, the swelling reduced to almost nothing. But his personality, that's what emerged. Playful, goofy, he'd chase his tail, attack shoelaces, zoom through the apartment at 2 a.m. like he was making up for lost time. But gentle, too. He'd climb into her lap during movies, press his forehead against hers, purr like an engine. 3 months later, Prince is transformed. Healthy, confident, that shiny tabby coat gleaming. Every night at 3:47 a.m., he curls up against her neck, like he's remembering. She looks at that $2,500 differently now, not as money spent, but as proof that one life matters. So here's my question. If that had been your window, your 3:47 a.m. wake-up call, would you have opened that door? Would you have spent the money? Because somewhere, right now, another cat is scratching at another window. And maybe your answer matters more than you think. What would you do?